Hi everybody, welcome back to Rusty Gears Season 4, Episode 67 with me, Sid. So we just TARDISed down it. We haven't really. I flew down and put the thing down, but go with the story. Go with the story here. So a couple of, or a number of episodes ago now, several episodes, we did the Desolation. And I need to work on the museum display for the Desolation. Now, the Desolation, for those of you who can't remember, haven't seen the video, is a particularly ugly looking landscape with kind of a brown, rusty ground, and we can't get it because all the Desolation blocks have got a durability of 10,000. So you have to spend, you ain't never getting, and those, it's especially not in the Desolation while critters are attacking the stuff out of you, the poop even. So I kind of sat there and thought about what would work, and I think this might be our go-to. It's kind of rusty coloured, so I'm on a bit of a quest really to gather. I wish I could get this stuff at the top, but you can't. Just to gather some resources to start building the Desolation display in the museum. Whether we start that this episode, I'm not sure yet, because the other thing I do need to do is the gymnasium in my own build. But got a lot of things I need to do, and only a certain amount of time to do it. So when you've got things like this where you need to come out and collect a fair bit, I think it is a good idea just to take the opportunity and then make sure you get a couple of stacks worth. What I don't want to do is let that water out onto me because it's hot and it will burn me, and I have delicate skin. So, well, alright, that bit's not true. But yeah, so while we're here and we've kind of come down, we're back in the south again. We are, are we south? We are, no, we are either east or west now. I can't remember which translocator I came through. I just knew that there was the stuffs with the stuffs and the stuff. Yeah, this. So we haven't really searched up there, but we have done a fair amount down here. There are, I think that's another key ruin. But it might not be. Is that the key ruin? No, it's not a key ruin because I labelled it key ruin, didn't I? I thought there was another one very close by to that as well. Maybe. Oh, there's another small ruin up there. So while we're down this way, I might go and just raid those quickly, just to see what they're in, and mark them off the map as done because completionist. I think I've mentioned that before. Sure, at least on 7 or 8 occasions. Yeah. So let me grab some more of these, and well, I'll be back with you in a mo. All right, we got a few stacks. Had a running with 3 balls, so we'll be hanging that meat to dry out and process later. So this is the ruin. I'm pretty certain, yes, it is. It's not a key tree. This is a tree that doesn't appear to have much function in life. We've got a few vessels which will probably give me seeds I don't need. There doesn't appear to be any doors. Just seems fairly innocuous. Lots of mushrooms. If you want mushrooms, this is the place to get them. I'm not overly bothered about mushrooms myself, I'll just say. Would be great if we were running the alchemy mod, because then you want mushrooms, and this has got so many mushrooms. It's beyond silly. What do you use seeds again? But again, there's we got some farming. Well, feathers are always handy. I will take that. Those are always a handy little decorative item. And we'll have the skeleton, why not? We'll casually desecrate his grave. But realistically, I don't think there is anything here. Now, if you've seen this ruin before and I've missed something and you're screaming at the screen that I've missed something, sorry. But it really, there's no hints, no kind of clues here. You know, there's nothing clearly like a hidden door or, yeah, there's nothing. It's very pretty, but I don't think it really has anything much to offer other than pretty. So we will mark it off and we'll unpin it. Now there is a little ruin up there. There is a little ruin back there as well, but you know, it is a proper vanilla ruin, that one. And then there's something over there. There's something over there. There's a whole load of ruins down here. And oh, that's a castle. We'll leave that one. That's a bit bigger than I want to play with today. Thought there was that one. Yeah. So we'll just knock a few of these down while we're down in this direction, because I've got a fly, but I haven't got a waypoint, or you know, not a waypoint, a teleporter, a rune. That's the word I was looking for, a rune of any description on me. So yeah, but we'll walk for a bit, and interesting to see that, well, certainly as of today, 1.21 pre-3 has been released, which is cool, because I think, I'm trying to remember how many pre's there were on 120. It seemed to be quite a few, but I'm kind of quietly hoping that 121 is going to be here by the time we start to think about season 5. Because one of the problems we had, I can say problem, one of the issues we had with season 4 was, obviously, as you know, we started on 119 and then moved to 120, and that caused us a lot of problems with updating mods. So I'm hoping that we may actually manage to start on the version we stay on for the next season, but I'm certainly not going to start planning too much into that one. For one, oh hello Mr. Shivy, how are you? That is a good cave. Let me just go and just have a peek. I need to make myself a new shield as well. Hi! Come here. But you know, we learn the hard way. Don't mention season 5 around Gran. She's got so much building to do. I think every time we mention it, she freaks out. Yeah, I mean, it's going to happen. Obviously, seasons come, seasons go. That's the nature of the beast. All right, come on, we're not here to cave, and I'm caving in the way I said I wouldn't anyway. Hey, hello. Can you get me? Missed. Haha. Right, where were we going? We're going over here, weren't we? Yeah, so lots of interesting things. I'm starting to think about mods, and I'm going to make some suggestions to the groups about how to change things up a little bit next season. So, you know, some different mods, lose some features. With the tent bags, I'm kind of the opinion that put chests on your back, certainly big chests, the large expanded chests, is overpowered. Well, it's not overpowered, it is overpowered, but the tent bags are also overpowered, but there's an element of redundancy between the two of them. So, but I'm looking at, having done the Nomad with the boats and the canoes, I'm really enjoying that kind of more relaxed style, and I'm beginning to, I think a number of the gears would enjoy it as well if it was more survival focused. Maybe, we'll see. But you know, whilst the Rivers mod, the actual full-on Rivers mod, has been banned from the mod DB after a disagreement between the mod author and the moderators, I assume. I haven't dug into the drama. I really can't be bothered, to be honest, with drama. Drama is very much like social media these days. If I don't have it, then it doesn't sap my will to live. And I'll be honest with you, I jumped off of virtually every social media platform well over a couple of years ago now, just because it was just soul destroying reading the toxicness. Oh look, this is nice, a nice church structure. Ooh. I mean, I don't really need any of the stuff. The blocks are far more interesting to me than oh, there's another one over there, look, as well. The blocks are far more interesting to me than the bits, to be honest. Let's have a look at farming. What are you going to give me? Feathers and flax. Yeah, sure, let him go. Take it, don't mind if I do. Oh, hello. No, I didn't really want to climb up that, but thank you all the same. Oh, there's another thing down there as well. I'm going to have a look at that. I mean, this... So is that is... Again... Ah, it's got a broken one. We can use that in the inn, actually. That would not be a bad little bit of detailing. Okay, well, we've got a little bit of something out of this ruin. I mean, I'd love to... Oh, look at that. The chiselling on these is gorgeous. You look at these and you kind of see the ruin, and then you just see the dado rail, or whatever that's called. Looks like a dado rail to me. But we'll unpin that one. We will just go and have a quick peek at that, and then we'll come up to here, and that will probably do us for that. So yeah, I've got ideas. I've got some stuff that I want to discuss with the rest of the server. I could have been anything there. I just waltz up to it, go, hello, what are you? Are you a friendly bear? Right, what we got in here? Another farming vessel. Well, you know, like for example, X skills, where those vessels suddenly get a purpose because they will carry skills books in them. Oh, copper knife, and take the copper knife. Right, so from here we are heading that way. Let's... Oh, hello. This... Is there anything underneath there? Oh, there might be. Then again, there might not. There is. Haha. A crow mask, and about it. We'll have that though, because they sell to traders. Boo boo boo. And a bit of that, just because. Why not, eh? Yeah, oh, hello. Okay. Well, that was. I mean, I wouldn't use the word profitable, but it was certainly worthwhile going to. Let's just keep going, just keep going, just keep going. Means you're right on the floor just there. And I think I will probably drop that mod for Season 5. I have already, I think, said that I'm going to challenge myself to play a different class. That is still the case. Probably Blackguard. I'm going to try to go from. I'm going from a ranged class which suits my kind of cowardice, and it is cowardice. Let's be honest. To a melee class which, you know, has a few. Oh, hello. What's going on here? What are you hiding from me? Oh wow, some dirty linen trousers, just what I always wanted. Okay. Well, we'll have the again. While I've got that, I'll take the that with me. So yeah, lots of little plans, lots of things coming together in my mind, and I think that, you know, this is going to be some interesting and fun stuff off the back of this. We'll keep you posted as my schemers, hello, keep developing. Can't be too good a scheme, that's the thing. Right, I don't think there's going to be this is, oh hello, this is definitely not, or if this is vanilla, I'm pleasantly surprised. This has got a lot more loot in it than I would have thought. Oh, you didn't want to give me them, did you? No, you did not. But yeah, does you good to get out and just do some basic, non-edge of your seats, life and death ruin raiding, just the simple stuff, the nice ones that, you know, you can just enjoy in your own time, just taking it steady like that. There's a food vessel there. Probably got nothing worthwhile in it, but we'll have you, and we'll have you. Oh, there's another one. What are you? Your ore, so that'll be brown coal, no doubt. Yep. This is a good one for vessels, and bony soil, to be honest. I'll have the poulticers. I tend to go through those quite quickly. I don't know why. Anybody think I was reckless? And I absolutely guarantee that that is not a verb that I would use to describe my playstyle. What's in here? Out or note? Today, this ruin would be great if we had X skills, which I suppose is kind of my point. The thing with that, and I've mentioned this with X skills before, I think Vintage Story lacks a progression system. You know, Minecraft, there's a reason to go around doing all these things. You get your experience levels, and you become more of a real man. Sorry. Whereas, you know, with, I don't really want that at me, and I don't really want you either. Right, not that bothered about half of this, to be honest, but there's a translocator over here, so we'll go and flag that up. It might be worthwhile. Tool vessel, okay. Okay, crap and crap. Crap. At some point it might be worthwhile opening up some of these teleport translocators, because these are far enough south that they should open us up to some pretty fun things. Hello. What do you get? That's lead, I think, by the looks of it. Yeah. Oh, and then metally spikes and more of that. Not worried about the metals. More interested in what's up here. So yeah, lots of thoughts going on. want that. I want that. Hup, hup, hup. And I don't really want the contents of that, but I will. What do we leave? Rice grain. Yeah, spelt seeds I don't need. Give me the little owl treasure chest, thank you. Right, anyway, that was enough adventuring for one day. We've cleared another ruin. I don't think there are any ruins between me and the things. That ruin I am going to strip for resources. Probably do that one as well at some point, actually. But right now, we are going to head home. I will see you at the other side, and we'll get on with... Ooh... Probably, if I can manage it, the museum. I need to just keep my eyes open for any ruins where there's rusty things that I can take that I've not harvested yet, because they will be handy. In fact, that wall might actually be a good one, because there's probably pipes and stuff in there that I've not had yet. Possibly. Where are you, Mr. Ward? You are there. Okay, that's fine. Right, I'll see you in a bit. Alright, we are back. We've had a granigram from Gran. Granigram. I showed Gran where I quarried the granite, and she's repaid the favour. So that was nice. But we've got a couple of things to put away, and then we can go and we can start looking at things. So I've got a lot of bits and pieces of rusty, manky old machinery, atmospheric engine piston bottom portion, engine beams. There's lots of ruined stuff. There's rusty 36 tooth gears. It's difficult to say. Legacy bookshelves, no. Lots of this stuff. I've got more of that now. We've got chains. We've got manacles if I really want to. I'm not kind of going. Maybe chains on the floor would give us some kind of elements of things. Now, one thing that did occur to me was spikes, and I don't have any, I don't think, and I don't think you can make them. So that might be a thing. We can stick a deformed human skull in there. That'll give it a nice je ne sais quoi, do you not think? Yeah, you got the gasifiers, we've got gasifier tanks, got broken lamps. I mean, again, these do not appear in the True Desolation. You know, these are not part of the Desolations things. These industrial pipe corners, massive iron thing. You know, got lots of stuff that will fit. Liquid pump, ish. And we're going to have to use our imagination because we can't get the blocks for it, and that's a shame. I mean, I could use creative, super duper admin powers to do it, but that kind of defeats the object, doesn't it? To my mind, the idea is to try and make this thing. We have got some of this ruined fence. That sort of will come in handy. We've got a ruined gear, so we've got more stuff like that. You can't have my wagon wheels. They're my wagon wheels. I could just do with a wagon wheel right now. For those who don't know, wagon wheel is also a chocolate covered biscuit with marshmallow and jam in it. And in the UK, for anybody who's not from the UK, we often have discussions about how they were bigger in the past and they've got smaller. It's an old person thing. Yeah, so there's lots of stuff we can get into there. I just need to go and perhaps I'm not going to get this gym done today, am I? You know I'm not going to get this gym done today, as well as much as I know I'm not going to get this gym done today. That's an empty tent bag, so we'll pick you up, and that's a packed tent bag. We'll put you down, and hopefully, well, alright, let's take that out, we'll put that in, we'll seal that, we'll sort that out. Your wheat tannin, so how many does that use? I think that uses prepared hide is 4 litres plus one of those. 38 litres is just too shy of 10, so it's 9 medium hide. So have I got any more medium? Large. You can see what's attacking me all the time, can't you? Large. Huge. No. We're going to just do the mediums then. There you go. That is strong tannin. We ought to really just make some more tannin up in here and then we could process all of that. But yeah, how about that right now? Oh, I need to put the use stuff away as well. Right, let me quickly just do a few bits and pieces around here and then we'll head down to the museum where we'll make a start. Whether we'll make a finish, but we'll make a start on the Desolation display. I'll be back in a moment. Alright, here we are at the temporarily unstable museum, which is the best kind of stability. Here is the translocator for the Desolation, which, as we know, takes us out to this place here, which is a long way away from the Desolation. Now, if I were to go there, which I'm not going to, not at night anyway, we may pop across just to get a bit of inspiration, but I'll be doing it at speed and flying, and that drops us in here. So this lot here all needs to be dug up and placed one block down. The reason for that is the gravel is a gravity block. And what we'll do is we'll kind of creep it into the museum a little bit. I might even go on there, look, just as if the Desolation itself is oozing out of its containment. And we'll just use these blocks again underneath to support the gravel. That's simple enough. And then we can start getting creative and see what else we can come up with to make this work. Because that's what building games are about. They're about creativity, and sometimes it's the equivalent of the stairs with 2 signs on to make a chair in Minecraft. You know, that's probably the first real how do we do this in a game where we don't have that as a thing moment. I think it was I think it was one of those little eureka moments, to be honest. You know, somebody sat there and goes, I really want to decorate this house. How do I make a stair how do I make a chair, I should say, when there isn't anything like a chair in the game? And they sat and thought about it, and that's what they came up with. Let's do, oh yeah, I really went to a bit overkill, didn't I, with that, but that's our starter for 10. Then we need to kind of jazz it up a little bit. I'm going to go with another block there, just so we've got that going on. Right. And for jazzing up, it's rusty stuff. So I'm going to have to probably go and grab, because I've got some rusty stuff, I'm thinking here. I've got those that I want to put into the elk station as well. What were you? You are a messenger saddle blanket. 3 and 4. Oh, okay, right, so these are the 5 gears each. So we've got a plain linen saddle blanket. Hang on. That had a price in it. But there's no money. Okay. Shops on servers, eh? It's not like Hermitcraft. Right. Yeah. So we've got a few bits and pieces. I think I probably need to try and get a few other bits as well before we go any further. I'm going to take that. That could be a piece. And that one, I like that. But I think for a lot of what we need, I need to go back up and grab stuff, don't I? Oh, that's for granted. We'll take the little locust. The little dead locust is kind of ambience. Bit of that for it, maybe. But let's just start. So, yeah, we need to basically make this look, well, crap. But the advantage to these is they both give off light. So do that. I mean, it makes no sense it's coming out of the block, and yeah, but you know, it's rusty and it glows. So we'll go grab some stuff. I'll be back in a moment. All right, we're back with a whole load of stuff. So this is a liquid pump. I'm not entirely sure what I can do with a liquid pump. I'm not entirely sure. Well, that's not actually that big. Not really what I was thinking of either for that. So let's get one of that down for starters. And there. That should do for those. I have made some of these rusty spikes. I'm going to put them where people shouldn't be going to stand on them. Just because, you know, if you're sensible, you don't go stepping on spikes that are out to draw blood. I'll not use all of them. Locust deactivator. Again, locust nests not something that feature in the Desolation, but who cares? We can certainly use those. This might let's try that. Actually, let's try you from the other side. That has, I mean, it's not one of the big giant cogs that you have in the Desolation, but it doesn't really, again, it doesn't really matter that much. What we'll do then is we can go, if I can squeeze in here, I've got these pipe blocks, which have got some bits and pieces, and then there is that one, which if I rotate it, it'll look like it's going up there. So again, not canon for the Desolation, but I don't really care. Rotate it. That looks like it wants to go. In fact, let me trying to work out what's going on here. Let's have a like that. That joins in lovely. Okay, Perfect. Right, what else have we got? I've got these, which I think I can do some of this with. And I've got a goodly number of them. So let's go to town. Five left. Let's it's not bad. Not good, but it's not bad. Right, I need to remember, I need to basically go where... Let's go and have a look at the Desolation very quickly. And I mean quickly. It's that way. You can't miss it. There's a big horrible dome of brown in the sky. Let's come in from high above. So you can see the kind of look we're going for. It's ugly. It's, I mean, that looks more like oh god, yeah, let's move away. We don't want these guys getting a bead on us. But if I come down to one of these, look, it's tier 99 tool to break. Similarly, and I need to stay away because I did die here when I was scouting this out. Tier tool 99 tool to break. Everything here is protected by a tier 99 tool level, which, yeah, can't say I'm the biggest fan of that as a thing. If you're going to give us stuff, let's play with it. But there you go. That's my own opinion, and clearly it is different to that. Right, so we land about here, so we can do pretty much what we want over there, down the side. So we can pop a little bit of that in. We can pop a little bit of that in. I've got some ceiling chain which we can. Now, if I remember, these are half slabs. Yes, they are. So I'm going to need to... let's not bother with the ceiling chain. That's probably the easiest solution. We can pop a little bit of barrel in. Right, again, you won't find that in the Desolation. It's not there. It doesn't matter. It's clutter. It gives it that kind of je ne sais quoi that I'm looking for. Stick a barricade in. We come in here, so we can stick a barricade there. You've still got plenty of easy access. There was one thing that I had thought of, which we could do, but that does mean being in a racially inappropriate phrase. Well, all right. The term is an Indian giver. Which is probably culturally and racially wrong to use that phrase these days, but you know, that's the term that we grew up with as kids, and it basically is someone who gives a gift and then goes and takes it back. Now, I don't think Solstin needs all of the blocks that I left him, honest. So, like that's his drinks. Boo 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 boo. I don't need a lot of them, but hup, DJ Sammy. We need to rusty iron blocks. We'll just take a selection. There's nothing to see here, but it has still got walls to finish off, so there's plenty to be on with. But the rusty iron blocks, I mean, I say, whether he will get to finishing this, I don't know. What with Eisenhome and everything, he's got his work cut out. And of course, you know, doors that you can't get through. But with these, I can probably chisel some facsimiles of the kind of the wiggly lines. But I think this is probably good enough. We're almost there. We just need to put our sign on on something. I mean, if you don't know this as Desolation, then but obviously it's a museum. It needs a sign. So let's wear my old chisel out. I really need to clean out my chest. So we can let's just do not quite like that. And then we can, well, take out something like this perhaps, and then we can come in underneath. Just make this look like a tangle of wires, which is going to be easier said than done, I think, because we're going to have to kind of come along and do something like this. And then we can actually I'd like to do so I think you kind of get the idea. We're just going to come up and get this to grow out, a bit like the growth that we had over there, and then I can rotate it around, move it around a wee bit. Just do what I don't need to go mad. That's the beauty of something like this. It's a little bit of detail that adds the character to the build. Would have been a lot easier if I could just get the bloody pieces from the Desolation though. Just putting that out there. Anyway, let me just do a little bit of squiggly with this and I'll be back in a moment. Alright, and here we have it. That's the Devastation exhibit. As good as I can make it anyway. It's difficult when you can't get the actual blocks. You have to obviously apply a little bit of imagination. There's a small cat at the door rattling to come in. I'd better let them in a moment. But let's just F4. Let's try and get this and go F12. So there's a screenshot. So the next thing I need to do in here is, of course, St. Tobias's cave. That's going to be an interesting one. I may try and make this into a cave, although it will have a window in it. I need to go and have a look at that again because it's been a while since I did it. But yeah, the museum comes on, and then we've got those items to do. So on that note, I'm going to go and sort out my mess because I have got quite a mess of stuff to put away. And I will see you next time. Till then, thank you very much for watching, guys. I will see you soon. Bye for now.